All right, we should be good now. All right, let's get it.
This time, but this is Iran in the latest wave of attacks.
What is up, guys? This is Mr. Wavy Machiavelli. We're just gonna kick it for a bit. We're gonna react to the footage of the Israel-Iran, and I'm gonna give my take too, because
right on top of the guy filming.
what in the world? Clusters munition? That's the first time I've seen it in that. I'm no Ares God of War, but I'm just curious at the fact that I just seen in clusters munition in action. I mean, come on, that's crazy. I only see that stuff in video games. We don't even see this stuff in video games. What happened to the audio? Oh.
Munitions in the air, raining down on Israel at this time.
Oh, he just said it, yeah.
Here it comes.
And it's spread like at the last second, so it's like giving it.
Now he's going to go inside and rush to safety. I will cut the video there. So what you see, these are cluster munitions falling across Israel, right on top of the cameraman's head. Never before seen exclusive footage I have obtained as the attack unfolded in real time.
24 hours ago, yesterday, last night. My ass was asleep last night.
For you next, this is a direct. Let me get it up for you.
Yeah, that'll get you. Doesn't even give enough time for the anti-air to.
Attempts failed. Let's watch. That is the interceptor.
Yeah, there's like barely one. Yeah.
Interceptor going up. Ballistic missile coming in. It is missed.
Yeah, like look, what the fuck? Like that thing needs to go above the missile that's coming down for it to like calculate trajectory and hit it, and it didn't even hit it. So, I mean, that's basically I'm just step by step of it. But I'm saying you got to get into the technicals to fix the fucking errors.
Ballistic missile coming down. Boom. Direct impact. What you see here, this flash of light. Right there on your screen, that is a direct Iranian conventional ballistic missile making impact moments ago after the interceptor missed. Let's watch. That's going to be right here. You're going to see the interceptor come in. Does not hit it. It misses. And we have missile impact. We have missile impact in Israel as the bombs and missiles fall at this moment. Right here, more cluster munitions.
Okay, so my theory was that the cluster was all of them were all missiles. So technically the cluster is just flares. Oh my, okay, that's fair. I thought I thought all of those were warheads, but I guess it's just flares for the actual missile to try to hit its target, and then the rest are just dummies for the anti-air to hit. Okay, well, fair enough.
This moment, air defense is now showing serious cracks as more and more.
I would assume it'd be more like napalm. You know, when you spread that shit out, I would assume all those warheads would have had, you know, dynamite in there. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't have that information.
Munitions and ordnance fall from the sky, hitting targets.
He's saying ordnance, so
most of them were intercepted. We do not know at this time how many were. Another look at another wave of cluster munitions.
Yeah, those are interceptable. I mean, they're already spread.
This is a different attack than the first one I opened with.
Yeah, that's.
As they are raining down.
You're able to intersect a couple of those for sure. All of them, I'll be very impressed.
In Israel, absolutely horrifying footage, and this is footage of a missile being fired from Iran at Israel. Missile is up. It is up and headed towards Israel.
And it's at night, bro. Just put yourself in that dude's shoes. It's cold, dark. You're right there next to the fucking truck. You're like, yeah, bro. Like crossing the Delaware River, bro. Shoot, send that bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, I gotta send it. I'm thinking about it.
Shot
You just sent that shit. Happy to send it too. There's youngster. You hear the voice? The chuckle? That's youngster. That's like, that sounds like 19 to 30. Sounds like me. Like, ah, yeah, dude. The fuck? Send it. Type of vibe. Type of like, America.
Now, this is a look in central Israel at part of the
But obviously it's Palestine or Iran, you know? Where is it?
That appears to be from likely a cluster munition that hit. And then right here, more cluster munition damage.
See. Yeah, that hit.
Whole house hit by a single cluster munition.
Nice.
causing immense
Yikes.
and shocking amounts of damage. Now,
And damage, who gives a fuck about the damage? I mean, hurricanes do damage, you know what I'm saying? It's more of the psychological damage that it causes. You know, the world, boop, oh, pimple to the universe. But to humans, it causes more psychological. It causes families to hate whoever caused it, you know, like the gang war shit, like, oh, get back. It never works. It never works. It just causes more bloodshed. But the fact that they're doing it is just showing us that they're actively doing. They took the jump, the leap of faith.
To the other side, right here. This is footage.
I'm gonna get to the point of what I'm trying to make.
Being struck. Let's
This is perfect.
Alpha.
Here we go. Coming in.
El Alpha.
Alpha.
I guess it's just a word in Arabian or something.
Targeting and explosion. That is a good hit. The missile launcher is destroyed. Right there, you can see the explosion. Here we go. Bombs away. Bombs away. Another clean hit. Missile launcher here. And right there. Unbelievable. They are doing a good job of getting the launches they can. CENTCOM releasing more footage, announcing 9,000 military targets inside Iran, significantly removing the Iranian regime's combat ability. Right here, that is a launcher, and it is gone. Direct hit from CENTCOM.
Very well.
Another launcher up, another launcher gone. Third one down. Here we go, fourth down.
That's very strategic. Yeah, that's cool. I like
We
that.
have another update. Says the Times reports that the Royal Navy will take the lead in the Hormuz coalition.
You're just taking your gun. Give me that.
Mine clearing units
You know?
alongside the US
Give me that.
advance via the Times.
Stop hitting me.
Source intel. So
That's-
mine-clearing ships
That's
are
fair enough.
coming in to
That
get rid
right
of
there is
mines
fair enough.
That are in the strait. We believe dozens of mines have been placed in the strait. We're going to need to clear them, especially if we're going to move the troops up the strait to take Karg Island. I will be talking about that later tonight on my live stream. So it's 7 o'clock Eastern. You don't want to miss it. Now, we've got a bunch of comments from President Trump. Let's listen
What did
to
Trump say? What did Mr. Trump say? What did the
leaders left. The leaders are all gone. Nobody knows who to talk to. But we're actually talking to the right people, and they want to make a deal so badly. You have no idea how badly they want to make a deal. And we'll see what happens.
I have no idea. Well, maybe enlighten me, Mr. President. Keep saying, stop saying that we're incompetent Americans, and just give us the facts. Or enlighten us. Enlighten us. You keep saying we're enlightened. Well, why don't you enlighten us instead of just telling us we're enlightened? Why don't you give us that light that you're talking about?
First part of Trump's
You
comments.
don't seem to say, oh, you look kind of sick, bro. You look kind of sick. Meanwhile, he has the cure right there. Yeah, you look kind of sick, bro. You just keep. Well, why you keep saying that? Give me the goddamn cure.
Comments here.
Sorry for saying that.
Iran might actually have agreed to not get a nuke. Let's watch.
And,
Say enough.
starts with they cannot have a nuclear weapon. Just, I said yesterday, they said, what are the top 10? I said, well, number 1, 2, and 3 is they can't have.
It just because it goes more deeper into to more of like the theater side of things, and speaking, how to speak to an audience, where it says like you convey a message without really saying a lot. I don't know how to explain it that well,
A nuclear weapon.
like that.
And they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. And we're talking about that. And
But it's quite fair too, because it's not only American citizens watching that that broadcast; it's everyone in the world. So you're trying to portray some kind of like vague monster, so that way, I'll give a good example. Would be like a Russian is listening or watching this, and they're like, oh, they're like envisioning some scary American monster, or like not, in a way to the bad people. Obviously, you want to convey to the residents of different countries that you're welcoming, but you want to convey like intimidation in a way to leaders or villains around the world that listen to a broadcast that you are not to be fucked with.
I don't want to say in advance, but they've agreed they will never have a nuclear weapon. They've agreed.
But for somehow
President
Americans
claiming
take it too
Iran
hard.
Negotiations has agreed to never have a nuke, and then he made some very interesting comments about some gift that the Iranians allegedly gave the United States of America. Let's roll the tape on this, and you guys can read into it as much as you want.
They're going to make a deal. They're going to make a deal. They did something yesterday that was amazing, actually. They gave us a present, and the present arrived today. It was a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money. And I'm not going to tell you what that present is, but it was a very significant prize. And they gave it to us, and they said they were going to give it. So that meant one thing to me: we're dealing with the right people. No, it wasn't nuclear related. It was oil and gas related, and it was a very nice thing they did. But what it showed me is that we're dealing with the right people. Because you don't know, because the leadership was killed, all gone. Khomeini, all gone, as the expression goes, the past supreme leader. And then the new supreme leader was racked up, at a minimum racked up pretty good, and everyone else was gone. And then many of the people in the third tier, because they're going to make a deal. They're going to make a deal.
So President Trump kind of alluding there to some kind of mysterious gift that somebody in some position of authority in Iran gave him. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea.
Okay, I got it. Okay, let me let this American speak first.
What that could be in reference.
Okay, he doesn't really know what that could reference. It's referencing the fact that Iran doesn't have a really fucking leader, and they're talking to a Xi Jinping of Iran, and they're like, hey, bro. It's like the king talking to America when they were really creating America. Like, yeah, good luck. So you want to make a good deal. So I lost the train of thought. Fuck. Go back.
You don't know, because the leadership was killed, all gone.
All right, he said oil, right? That's what we got, oil? Yeah, the oil. We killed them. Caboose. Well, we did it. We came in like, oh, we're not involved in a way. Like, they're just doing their thing, the Israelis, right? But we're trying to build something great above that. But you know how the people are, the citizens. You know how the citizens are. They like to revolt. They're very crazy like that. But us leaders, we got this under control. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep these alive. You know, we transcend this. We're trying to make something bigger. So what we got is oil. Something to do with oil. A treaty to do with oil. So we get the oil. Iran is just chilling, I guess. They get a new leader. Obviously, they gotta let the people throw a couple rockets over just to, you gotta bring a couple eggs to make an omelet.
At a minimum,
But it's gonna calm down after that.
and everyone else was gone. And then many of the people in the third tier, they're going to make a deal. They're going to make a deal.
So President Trump
Third tier meaning like the generals and stuff. Yeah, like the third tier people, but like the princes and stuff, like they don't really care about that stuff. They enjoy American goods and stuff. It's the lower folks that are really that super into like perk goods and
kind of alluding there to some kind of mysterious gift that
oil. He said oil.
position of authority in Iran gave him. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what that could
What
be.
do you mean the Supreme Leaders? He said the old Supreme Leader, we killed him. The new one that stepped up, because there's got to be a Supreme Leader. He made a deal. But then he gave us America. He's like, yeah, I know you're bad. You guys can still fight and stuff, but deal with me and you. Yeah, you gave me oil, and I will not
Does it mean the Strait of Hormuz
step in.
isn't open again? I honestly do not know.
It is under America's control. That's why they're sending troops over there. They're like, we'll reinforce the Strait of Hormuz. We'll be like the intermediate. We'll be like, hey, you guys could battle each other, and we'll take control of the global economy in the meantime. While you guys battle each other in the winter, we'll take it over afterwards. But in the meantime, we'll take that oil. Oh, that's great.
But we will
That's not too bad.
closely.
That's a good little deal right there.
We got Secretary of War Pete Hegseth here. Let's give him a watch.
You're spot on. Never in history has a modern military. Iran had a modern military.
Here's the main guy. Yeah.
Force, modern air defenses, leadership, massive bunker. Never has a modern military been so rapidly and historically obliterated, defeated from day one.
Okay. Motherfucker, who the fuck is this guy? He's probably the war general or like the war tactic guy. He's like, yeah, bro. And he's like one of those Iron Man dudes where it's like straight off of the laptop, bro. I'm at Starbucks. I don't got time for this. I got soccer with my girl at 3. So let's just nuke the shit out of their military. Boom. Show them proof. There's your proof that we could take you out. Okay, we took out your leader, right? So we'll kill the leaders. The younger generation that is fucking dumb as fuck, because let's be honest, they've watched MTV. They know about the hashish. They're the growers of opium. They're crazy. They're savages. So we're gonna go in with that big stick policy and be like, boom, we're not gonna do nothing to you, but we are gonna take control of the oil, and that's all we want. Oil. We'll let you be the rulers of your thing, whatever. As a matter of fact, we're gonna let you fight Israel and see if you win. I mean, come on, what the fuck? No shit, you're gonna let them fight Israel now. You just literally said you took out their military. They're a shit out of water. I mean, they can still handle Israel. That goes to show that even a broken Iran can still battle fully fortified Israel. So from America's perspective, that gives you proof that Israel is not as big. Well, they were never as big as they thought. We're fucking big stick policy them too, but it's just like they're more like a passive, like a Vietnam. So they do guerrilla tactics stuff. So
The air campaign that we've conducted, that Israel's conducted alongside us, was one for the history, truly. And it's because we have a president of the United States that when he sends his warfighters out to fight, he unties their hands to actually go out, close with, and destroy the enemy as viciously as possible from moment one. And that's why we see ourselves as part of this negotiation as well. We negotiate with bombs. You have a choice as we loiter over the top of Tehran, as the president talked about your future. The president has made it clear that you will not have a nuclear weapon. The War Department agrees. Our job is to ensure that. And so we're keeping our hand on that.
okay, well, he just said, what I got from that is like, you know, like that. What's that one fucking Keenan Peele episode where he's like, oh yeah, you thought you had a sniper on me. Well, in reality, you have a sniper has the sniper on the sniper that you thought you had a sniper, but in reality, it's the AI bot that you thought you bought. But no, I have a drone satellite on top of that. So what they're saying is like, yeah, we made all this shit up from the beginning, and that they're giving that proof to Iran. We're like, yeah, Israel thinks that they're in control, but in reality, we made this whole shit up from the start. So we let them come into America, build up whatever fucking bullshit that they built up, and then we got rid of them through this Epstein shit or whatever the fuck. And they thought that we were afraid to show our dicks, but in reality, they got a big old fat fucking 10-inch python. So you could go ahead and fucking show the world my big 10-inch python. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. So get the fuck out, you know. They're like, get the fuck out here and I'm about to fucking show my... What, you thought I was afraid of this fucking... I'm gonna show them your videos and shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. The fuck? I got a big old cruise missile aimed at your fucking head. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
As long as hard as is necessary to ensure the interest of the United States of America.
He's not gonna say it that vulgar. He's gonna use, you know, good, sophisticated language.
On that battlefield. This is not Iraq.
So right there, Pete Hegseth, Secretary of War, saying the military will keep the pressure up for as long as it takes in order to break the back of the Islamic regime in Iran. Yet Iran still retaining...
That's the key thing. But are they really in control?
So as of me filming this on March 24th, we
He feels confident, so confidence is good. You feel cocky. Cocky gets you killed too, so I don't know.
Video from a person on the ground in Israel as the bombs were falling. Absolutely shocking. The United States continuing its air campaign, targeting the missile launchers and the missiles themselves, and President Trump kind of previewing what could come next. I will be live streaming at 7 Eastern tonight.
That was it. That was all the information you had.
As always, make sure to like and subscribe.
That was pretty good. That was a good informational video. Ooh, this is 13 hours ago. Fresh off the press. I like that. And we already known that they're willing to do whatever. He's like, thanks to Trump, we get to do whatever we want. So yes, we're gonna do a crazy psyop to the people that are the most psyopy. And psyop, they're psyop, right? That's what he's claiming. He's claiming that they let the dogs loose. The dogs went in savage. And the savagery was a success. Let's hope that's true. But that's what's exciting about it, that no one's in the seat is up for grabs, ladies and gentlemen.
Wave after wave of mocking the United States while doing it. From Tel Aviv to northern Israel and across US-linked bases in the region, the strikes are being framed by Tehran as continuous, deliberate, and just the beginning. At the same time, Iran is dismissing Washington's claims of victory, calling them a strategic failure.
Pull up them 1776 flags up, ladies and gentlemen.
The strategic power that you use to boast about has now turned into a strategic defeat. The claimant of global superpower status, if it could have freed itself from this quagmire, it would have done so by now. Do not call your defeat an agreement. The era of your promises has come to an end. Today in the world there are two fronts, truth and falsehood, and every truth-seeking free individual is no longer convinced by the waves of your media influence. The level of your conflicts has reached a point where you are negotiating.
Oh, hold on. Well, this guy's already fucking bullshit. He's talking about the truth. Well, all I care about is the truth. Yeah, the influence. I see the bullshit influence. Yeah, right, obviously. But obviously, you have bullshit influence yourself. So obviously, your people smell the bullshit from a mile away themselves too. You know what the fuck is this?
With yourselves.
The IRGC says this is
bullshit is bullshit, regardless of what region, what location, what continental waters you're at. Bullshit is bullshit, regardless. They don't got no language. They don't got nothing. It's just like air. Air is air, regardless of where you at.
Pre-announced series of operations, with multiple waves already executed, using ballistic missiles, cruise systems, and kamikaze drones. Targets include Israeli cities like Tel Aviv, Haifa, Dimona, and Safed, along with military infrastructure and US-linked bases across.
Chirac don't look that bad now, do it?
Iran claims its strikes are heavy, continuous, and capable of penetrating Israel's
That's crazy, bro.
defenses, signaling a long campaign rather than a single escalation.
There will no longer be any
Crazy, scary stories to tell in the
see the previous prices of
trench.
oil, until
I just shot a tank with the AP-47.
guaranteed by the powerful hands of our armed forces. Stability comes through power. We clearly declare, until it is our will, no situation will return to its previous state. This will only happen when the
Hit that high
barrier of
explosive
against the
in your head, you know it.
is
I don't know.
completely erased from your corrupt.
Javelin at it like a.
First and last word from day one has been and will remain this. No one will reconcile with you, nor with those like you. Not now and not ever.
Israel is pushing back hard on these claims. The IDF says Iran attempted a much larger assault, but failed to sustain it. According to Israeli military officials, the number of missile launches dropped rapidly after Israeli strikes on launch sites and production facilities inside Iran.
The Iranians.
Well, no shit. Didn't you just hear that America just don't fucking donk them, bro? No shit. Israel, you're gonna fucking. Yeah, look. I beat the guy that fucking. That's in the wheelchair. Like what?
Plan to launch
Like yeah, no shit, bro. Good job,
First day of
little buddy.
operation. They fired fewer than 100 on the first day, and half that amount on the second day. We disrupted these intentions and continue to disrupt them. The number of launches decreased very quickly. The average is roughly about 10 missiles per day. The regime tries to concentrate its efforts every few days and launch more broadly, mainly towards population centers.
Ooh.
Yet despite those claims, the attacks...
What the fuck is?
Yet despite those claims...
What? Is someone drinking a fucking margarita? Life is good.
Despite those claims,
What's going on?
not stop. Sirens continue to sound across Israeli cities, and civilians are still being killed and injured. The battlefield reflects a grinding reality.
Is that the producer? It's not even the video, bro. It's the producer. He's fucking munching on something.
Killed and injured. Israeli cities and civilians are still being killed and injured.
Yeah, it's the fucking producer. What the fuck, bro?
Where Iran continues to fire and Israel continues to intercept, but neither side has fully suppressed the other. Amid this ongoing exchange, Donald Trump is projecting a very different picture. He says Iran has effectively lost its military capabilities and leadership, and
Indeed.
is now seeking a deal with the United States.
We're having, by the way, a tremendous success, as you know, in Iran. We had one in Venezuela.
I don't know. It seems kind of sketchy. Sounds like you killed the last government. Like, it's probably like. Seems like they went to like the island. And they were like, I don't know. Boom, kill him. Boom. And then they killed him. Whew. Feel a lot better now. That's one loose end tied up. And now the new regime's like, oh, what the heck? I never got invited because he never knew about that shit. He's like, oh, well, fuck. Now I'm the leader, so, I mean, I gotta guess I'll make a deal with you. I don't know. He's like, yeah, you are. Yeah, you're gonna make a deal. Yeah, you bet you are. You're gonna love it, too.
And now we're having one in Iran. They have no Navy left.
And it's not that I want to say that. It's the fact that you were fucking around and this shit came out, bro. Like, it wasn't me. I didn't go to the island. You're forcing me to give this speech, brother. Come on. It wasn't me. I could have been talking about us making it to Mars and building a new civilization, but we're not there yet, brother. We're not there yet.
They have no Air Force left. They have no anti-aircraft equipment left, no radar left, no leaders left. The leaders are all gone. Nobody knows who to talk to.
Well, the leaders that you knew, you probably talked to. You probably knew them more than they knew the other people. But it always happens. I mean, there's not enough time, not enough. There's too many places. I'm too busy. I gotta sign this. I gotta go there. You know, diplomacy this, diplomacy that. You get.
The right people, and they want to make a deal so badly. You have no idea how badly.
Yeah, no shit, because they don't know nothing.
Three narratives now collide.
They're probably like us, bro. They're probably like us, bro. The college motherfuckers. That guy barely even. He probably went to NYC and they sent his ass over there. He's like, well, shit. What the heck? All I knew was about Grey's Anatomy and Starbucks. I mean, I guess we'll make a deal. I know about America more than I know about this shit. Who knows? Probably it's an Iranian guy that went to college over there. He's like, but you know what I mean? Like, it's fish out of water. So much pressure.
Iran says it is escalating and in control. Israel says
The missile stuff is probably from, like, you know, some OGs that knew about the corruption or knew about the shady shit. And like, nah, dog, we're gonna send these freaking things over.
it is containing and degrading the threat. The United States says the war is already won.
Yeah, I'm already dead, bro. I'm already dead. Might as well send these missiles over and cause something. The war's over. I'm already dead. Like, nah, might as well send them. So there's just a little bit of spurts. Here's just a couple missiles here and there. No big deal. Stuff is done. We took over the Hormuz, the Gulf of whatever, you know.
Still flying. Strikes are still landing. And the region remains.
Obviously, we can milk it. We're gonna say people are slow to shit, so they're thinking the war is barely gonna start when the war already ended. So we'll milk this shit, make money, set stuff up. We're gonna do whatever we can do, and life is good. But make sure you invest in oil, because oil is a big thing.
Edge.
Buy stocks.
The gap between what is being said and what is happening is now the real battlefield.
Right, because the real war is not won through war or through like guns and tanks. It's won through politics. So for sure, I'm assuming. I don't know. That's crazy, bro. Definitely, you cannot be a mayor from some little tiny town and be the president for sure, because you won't have enough capital to make those crazy deals, shady deals. That's a crazy deal, because Trump could leave office and then have that Iranian deal in companies that he had. Oh, that's cool. That's money, bro. That just means invest in Trump, because he definitely made some deals in that bit. Like, if you were part of the company and they're like something about with stocks, you're gonna put some stocks to your favor too, bro. You're gonna take a if you work fast food, you're gonna take a burger here and there. I mean, come on, bro. It's natural to take a couple of fries. It's not gonna affect the company in general. And it's totally legal, I think. Don't quote me on that. I am a tax preparer, but not that deep of into it. Don't give me that info. But there's definitely money to be made there. Oh, for sure. Let's see.
Breaking. Tel Aviv roads are destroyed. The Jews in Israel are panicking and running. Oh.
Are they really? Well, I thought. Well, technically, these videos and stuff, these are more for us to make money, you know, because obviously this is more generating views, and so this is more like the trickle down economics type of thing, if you want to give it like a description. They make the big deals, which is companies being created about who gets to run the Strait of Hormuz, who gets the oil, who gets different trade deals. And the trickle down economics of that is you get employed, cheaper oil, and you get to make videos on YouTube about people still enraged about what happened, and YouTube pays you a couple of dollars. I don't know how it works. I don't know, but that's what's happening. That's what I'm seeing with my own two eyes, and I'm just giving my two takes.
Guys, please be respectful. This is their reality.
So, sir.
Of course.
America first or Israel first, and don't.
Here's a PNN clip talking down DC Slime like they do.
Sir.
DC Slime. What do you call it, DC Slime?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't have to talk to you. All right. That's way too politically volatile for me to answer.
Keep going, dude. Reading your text right now, bro. You might want to hide your phone. So, sir.
And he hides his phone. He says, "I'm reading your text right now, sir. You might want to hide your."
Well, who's he talking to? Is he talking to his girl? He probably was talking to his girl, man. Oh. Got the nudes there, bro. You can't be seeing that shit.
And then he proceeds to hide his phone.
You put America first or Israel first, and don't giggle.
And don't giggle.
That's your only move is giggling?
I love America.
Okay. But you couldn't answer it. So you're Israel first. America first or Israel first? America first or Israel first?
Oh. How is that? How am I getting... I have 6,000 bits per second yet.
He said America. You see how he answered it and you couldn't? You're jabroni, sir.
Jabroni.
I didn't care. I didn't ask if you love.
This guy is so savage. He said, I didn't ask if you cared.
That's cool. Have a good night.
So you support the war in Iran?
Once I know who you are, then I'll tell you what my political beliefs are.
I don't support it. You see how I'm able to say my opinions? I'm not a coward. I'm not a loser. I say what I feel. That's what the Jesus Bible taught us. Let your yes be your yes and your no be your no, not your, well, I'm sorry, I can't answer that one right now because I don't know.
That's a good one. Lock that in. Tuck that in.
That's what you got to do. When you see spinelessness in the world, you have to call it out and articulate it so that people can reflect and say, perhaps I should change my behavior. Perhaps I should invest in a backbone.
Whoa, buddy. Hold on there, buddy. Hold on, buddy. You start complaining about the Mexicans trying to get their backbones back. That's too much backbone, bro. That's too much backbone. Stop taking the fucking steroids first. Get that out of your system first. And then come back the right way. Come back with those muscles again the right way. We don't need that fucking steroid shit around here.
That spinal removal surgery was not the best move after all. No shortage of spinelessness in America. So here's while American soldiers are being shipped back home in boxes, Israelis and told.
So obviously, this is why I'm here. To show the fact that you got to... Yeah, it's good to do whatever you're gonna do, but sometimes 4D the bitch, you know what I'm saying? 4D the bitch sometimes. So that way you're able to cover... See, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna even help you. So that way you're able to cover your own ass from the 4D dimension. If you catch my drift. Let's go on.
Aviv were having a party in bomb shelters. They're doing the bomb shelter shuffle out there.
Yeah. Oh, I seen this. Yeah, I think I see some of this.
The entire country is in bomb shelters from north to south. This is from an Israeli in Tel Aviv right now who is reporting that they're hearing massive explosions from the bomb shelter in Tel Aviv. Somebody says, try not to grape anyone in there, please. I'm not calling them bomb shelters anymore. I'm calling them Epstein rooms. Do you want to know how you can tell if an Israeli is in the find out stage of the fuck around find out phenomena? You hear them go,
Wow.
Wow, dude, hold on. This is getting the most white shit. Wow, hold on, dude. This is getting serious. I did not sign up for this. If you hear the white guy say, I did not sign up for this. Yeah, it's getting crazy. Shit's getting too much.
you hear them say,
Oh, yo, Alaka Binyan.
Alaka binyan.
wow.
What the fuck does alaka binyan mean?
I had no idea the consequences
Of my actions.
Holy
That's funny.
shit. The Chosenites are not
Who's Mexican?
used to enduring the consequences of their actions, right? So they're not used to that stage of the evolution, but they're learning, okay? And that's what Iran is doing, teaching a lesson. Sweet home Jerusalem, where the rockets touch the sky.
Promised us Argentina. No, Uganda. Morocco. Nope. Madagascar. We can't pull that off, actually. I meant
Right, because they took back their country.
Tasmania. No. Algeria. Nuh-uh. Horn of Africa. Negative. Nope. I meant Libya. We looked into it. We can't do it. Libya. No. We can't do that. Libya. Negative. Angola. It's not gonna happen. God promised us Palestine. Actually, Palestine might work. God definitely promised us Palestine. What happened? God promised us Cyprus.
God promised them a lot. God promised them a difficult task, a difficult assignment. Here is a completely
Yeah, in reality, they just promised them to survive. Well, what did they promise them? Because I remember after something, then it's like, Jesus came like, yeah, this promise thing. Go through me. No.
normal headline from a totally sane country. The Times of Israel. What is the biblical holiday of Purim, and why do Israelis link it to Khomeini's death? It says joint Israel-U.S. strikes on the Iranian regime are taking place just as Jews are set to mark a festival of lights, commemorating another. What are they commemorating? What's this holiday? What's this festival? This special occasion? Well, it's commemorating another war against a Persian official who sought their destruction. Of course, they're going to couch this in colonial rhetoric, but we know that obviously the truth. But isn't that something? So they have religious holidays where they, celebrate the slaughter of 75,000 Persians in some ancient time. Who gives a shit, right? It's just showing you the depravity, is all. PNN says this is.
Well, I mean, they put blood on top of their doorways, right?
What a real American looks like. Thank you very much.
Sir, do you support the war in Iran?
No.
You're a boss, bro. Like
He was smoking a cig, so you knew that he was cool already and on that.
I mean, come on, bro. This so you want to portray America? Why not Captain America? Why? This is not Captain America. This is Captain America. This is Uncle Ben's half. It's just Uncle Ben,
The first person to answer and talk, sir. I don't know. You're not a human.
But he is chilling, bro. I mean, we all deal with this. This is what actually caused this. He might be a multimillionaire. I don't fucking know. I'm just an idiot talking. But I'm pretty sure this picture doesn't look amazing, But this might be a cause of something.
Should we continue giving U.S. aid to Israel?
Not another penny.
Wow.
Not another penny, seeing like, you get me? Guilt. I already gave him some. He screwed me over. He said he was gonna pay it back. I gave him some more. Shame on me on the second time. Not anymore.
Make this man president.
Make this guy president. You already had one. His name was Trump. What do you mean? Didn't you just hear this guy? Let's keep going.
This guy would be a way better president. This guy just smoking a cigarette outside a building. He would make a way better president.
This man, send him money, send his kids gifts. Lord, rain blessings down upon this man.
Enlightenment. Enlightenment. Guy has 1 foot up on the grave. He don't need no more stuff. He just wants enlightenment. So that way he goes out like Mr. George Washington under you know, what is it? I want to sit under my old vine and grape tree, and no one shall make them afraid.
Look at that. It's like just simple common sense.
In this nation we've made.
And basic morality, and you're a hero in today's society. The bar is so low that all you really have to do is say, I'm against killing children. And people are like, oh my god, thank you. I thought I was going crazy. How refreshing. But that's where we're at, huh? So this is where I was telling you that I thought Ahmadinejad was still alive, because this is what I was seeing. I mean, this is from Jackson Hinkle. Let's read the comments.
Who it is?
Updates him. Is this statement factual? So.
Whoa, you just gonna go
updates him.
Homie, oh, what the heck?
I mean, this is from Jackson Hinkle.
They gave him the Xi Jinping special.
Let's read
Was it? Hold on.
comments. See if
Oh, there it is. Look at that. Xi Jinping special. If you know ball, you know ball. Anyways, everyone died. Xi Jinping's the only one because he's a psychopathic that everyone's trying to take his position of power. So he gets rid of any other general, anybody that has any power that opposes him. Therefore, that's what makes it funny. Anyways, let's keep going.
Is this statement factual?
It's funny how like he didn't even clock that. White guy looking guy, he didn't even clock that. He's like, it's just moving right along.
So Grok says yeah.
Like there's so much meat in that chicken. He ain't even hungry, bro. He ain't even that hungry, bro. He grabs a chicken wing, gets the big meat, tosses the motherfucker to the side, bro. Like on to the next. Like, come on, bro. There's still meat in that motherfucker. Eat that shit.
So I don't know. Latest reports, March 2nd, from Ahmadinejad's advisor confirm he is alive and unharmed. I am in touch with him. All is good. A security building was hit, killing 3 bodyguards, but his residence was unaffected. Iranian state media and associates explicitly denied death claims as false and unconfirmed. Initial reports of his killing were not verified and have been walked back. So, I mean, I don't know. A lot of you in the comments, though, seem to think he is dead. This is, I guess, Israeli settlers that are praying for fear.
Israeli? I don't know if he's. I can't see. That's what I'm saying. This in this age, I don't know if this is this looks like a skit, bro. The age of fucking TikTok and this shit look like a skit. My man's is like he's laughing like oh everything's sad and everyone's praying. Hopefully heaven is real. Like, bro, like come on, like I don't know. This lady's just standing straight. She's worrying about her posture, bro. She's walking around like with her posture. Like, what the heck is going on? The young person is more crooked than the old person is straight. Like, it doesn't, like, scientifically, like, what the heck?
You know, it almost seems like the Chosenites aren't fit for a life in the Promised Land after all. Listen to them whimpering.
See, like, these people, I mean, I have compassion. But, like, this guy just straight up said, like, what was it, like, some idea shit. Well, okay, anyway. I mean, why are we sad? We're gonna go to heaven. Like, why are we crying? Like, if I had bad karma that I caused, I'll be sad. You know, I have bad karma. I have debt to repay. I owe $100,000 to the bank. I owe money. Money that I gotta pay back. Right? I would cry if I had money to pay. If I had no debt, I was free, I'll be like, there's nothing that could. I'm good to go. I would, right? And I thought these guys were like about like, yeah, die in honor, die with honor. I thought they would die in. I mean, these are women and children. Well, there's men in there, but I'm saying these are women and children. I don't understand if women and children aren't crying, but I'm saying like, the man is recording this shit, and he don't sound like is he telling them, guys, it's gonna be okay. We'll see each other in the afterlife. We're in this situation. You know.
Israelis in the shelter singing Amalek, Tistalek, Amalek, Tistalek.
Oh, those are Iranians. Well, that's a nice house though. Where is this? Pasture? Yeah, it looks like a center. It's not actually a house. This type of stuff. Yeah, you don't have this type of stuff in your house. Yeah, this type of stuff. Well, I don't know. But I mean, I'm saying because I saw like a fire. Yeah, there we go. This, like, if this is your home, imagine you're not gonna put some fire system thing in the middle of a room, right? Okay, so this might be right. Yeah, they're cooked. So okay, it makes sense. Oh, okay, yeah, I can hear it now. Yeah, okay, yeah, let me see.
Israelis in the shelter singing Amalek, Tistalek, Amalek, Tistalek.
Exactly. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Be happy. But then again, I mean, come on, bro. They're inside a bunker, bro. That's like you being inside of, that's like Iron Man being like, oh my gosh, there's a gun aimed at me. Oh, like, you know, like, come on, you're inside of a, no shit, you're gonna be happy.
They really do love the dance, don't they? And by dance, I mean jump up and down like a bunch of hooligans. Well, I just hope they hold onto their tiny hats, because it's about to get bumpy. They are invoking Amalek, the Jewish commandment to murk children and babies against Iran. This is genocidal intent. The Jays did the same with Gaza, then murdered hundreds of thousands of Palestinian children. Netanyahu on Iran war. We read, so Netanyahu is quoted as saying, we read in this week's Torah portion, remember what...
Malik? Did he say, oh, Malik? Oh, Malik? Oh, great Amal? Oh, great, oh, great Balak? That's crazy, bro.
Amalek did to you. We remember and we act. We said this before, though. I don't know if this is a recent one. This might not be. Yeah, that's an old clip, you know? There is a clip that I think...
Right, he's talking crazy.
Netanyahu that happened today, which I reposted. I don't think we've gotten to it yet. I've been reposting a lot. See, this is a clip of President Vladimir Putin dropping the truth bomb. Iran fulfilled the deal. The U.S. tore it up. Trump walked away, yet Europe demanded Iran stay loyal. Why the hell should Iran comply with a deal that the West abandoned? I'll do the English subtitles. Are you ready? Iran has been fulfilling all of its obligations under the famous agreement that we just mentioned. That's it. No claims can be made against...
So guys, the first part of my rant, that all stands, right? You just heard the second part. Those kids, me, you know, they told me to turn around, bend over, suck some dick. I did that. You know, I did that. I did it. Mr. Trump just walked away. He said, "I fuck you." and he dropped the song Boopity Schmoop. Whoopity spoop. Ooh. Whoopity boop. Whoop. Whoop-de whoop-de scoop. Whoopity whoop. The woot. The woot. Well, the fucking and the Yahoo guy comes in dancing. Whoop. The whoop. Whoopity scoop. Whoopity scoop. No wonder they're dancing in the bunker. Whoopity scoop. Scoop-de whoop-de whoop. Whoop-de scoop-de whoop-de scoop. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as an American living in the woods in Kentucky, what should I do with this information? Is this going to affect me in the long term?
Iran. Then the U.S. unilaterally decided to withdraw.
Oh, these are just facts. These are facts. It's not like some crazy fucking conspiracy theorist is saying this shit. This is quite literal facts. It's no more secretive conspiracy. It's more facts on AI.
From this agreement, that's right. Trump did that in 2019, and the Europeans.
Oh, and this was in 2019. So he told the kid to bend over in 2019. So this was before even the fucking COVID shit. Even before they even set up a little freaking video game trap, mouse trap to get everyone in line. Okay, this is insane and great at the same time.
Continue to demand from Iran that it fulfill its obligations. I'm sorry, but that's just nonsense. You know, Iran didn't pull out of the agreement. The U.S. did. Former President Trump made a decision to withdraw from the agreement, and the Europeans were saying...
Well, the U.S. didn't pull out of the agreement. They just went soft. They're like, you know what? I just don't feel like it anymore, you know? It is what it is. I'm done. I'm out. I went soft. It is what it is. It happens.
Saying, yeah, it's not good. The Americans pulled out. But you Iranians must comply with everything. Why the hell should they do that? Sorry, it sounds a bit rude. That is an old clip. It's from like maybe a week ago.
Yeah, like I was saying. Why are you going to sit there and die like that, crying? And I get it, because you hit back baby Israel. Obviously, they're way more stronger because you got hit by the other guy. Anyways, they're bigger. So it's either suck some dick and possibly... Well, that's what I'm saying. Now, Putin is now saying, like, bro, he dropped the boopity sploop, bro. Like, just smack the guy, bro. Smack him before he shoots you. You're gonna die either way, bro. Just smack him. Shoot them missiles over, bro. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That is crazy.
Kim Jong-un, so it's kind of conspicuous, this timing, but as soon as Ali Khamenei was assassinated, and I guess I shouldn't hinge my comment to be just about this particular event, but, you know, Khamenei was the lone holdout. He was a moderate, as has been...
I just lost my train of thought, but this is a lot more that
experts weighing in on the Iranian government, but he didn't, you know, he established a fatwa, which is a religious law 30 some odd years ago, saying that Iran will not build a nuclear weapon. It was a religious law, and the United States just murdered him. So everyone else in the Iranian government, now that the factions in the Iranian government that were wanting to build a nuclear weapon, they'll now be allowed to do that. So what a dumb move. And so Kim Jong-un says if Iran wants, we can provide them with missiles against Israel. One such missile could destroy all of Israel, says Kim Jong-un. Pete Kegsbreath was given a statement earlier today. He said,
oh yeah, bro, and they'll pull the trigger on that one. You know, you bet your ass it will. China, all it needs to do is transfer that missile over to Iran. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no... Well, they already said it out loud on a text. They're like, bro, he's not even that big, bro. I'll take him out, bro. But anyways, you want this shit, bro? It's good shit. He's like, bro, if you give that shit to them, they're gonna send it. And then Putin's like, yeah, bro, send that shit, bro. What the fuck? Send that shit over, bro.
This caption reads, he openly insults Islam, declaring that regimes that believe in Islamic prophetic illusions can now possess nuclear weapons. Another reminder that this is being framed as a religious war from their own mouths.
Crazy regimes like Iran, hell-bent on prophetic Islamist delusions, cannot have nuclear weapons.
Prophetic Islamist delusions. Now that is a nice buzzword phrase.
Athletic Islamic illusion. Wow. Hunger is just hunger, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? If you're starving, starving doesn't matter where you are. What is it? Religious people starve regardless of where they are, bro. What are you talking about?
That says nothing, and yet it says everything, ironically.
Yeah.
Let's see, this is a regime change operation the U.S. lost with first 6 missile strikes striking Tehran. We have lost this war, says Scott Ritter. The Iranian regimes will not be toppled or changed, and the U.S. and Israel will be compelled to sue for peace.
This is a regime change conflict that the United States and Israel lost when they fired the first 6 missiles into Tehran, striking the residence of Ali Khamenei and killing the supreme leader of Iran, the second most important man in the Shia faith in the entire world after Grand Ayatollah Sistani in Najaf, Iraq. You know, Donald
Wait, do we really need the Jews? Right? Because it's not like they're not a, how do you say it's not a prerequisite for the second coming. It doesn't say, oh well, they need to be around for Jesus to come back. They're not a prerequisite anymore, at all. I mean, I don't know what their fucking book says. It might say, yeah, we're the prerequisite. As a matter of fact, obviously theirs is like, we're the only requisite. Fuck everyone else, bro. They're below. They're goyim. So theirs is more crazy, regardless of what I'm saying. Anyways, let's keep going with the video.
He announced this operation to the American people, said that basically our pummeling of Iran was designed to terminate the regime, decapitate the regime, suppress the regime, and create the opportunity for the Iranian people to rise up and take matters into their own hands. Today, the Iranian people are rising up and taking matters into their own hands. The streets are filled, not with crowds shouting death to Khamenei, but crowds extolling the newest martyr, a man who gave his life in the service of his country and service of his faith. We have lost this war, we being the United States. We being the United States and its controlling masters in Tel Aviv, Israel. The war is lost. The regime will not be toppled. The regime will not be changed. And the Iranians will resist long after the United States and Israel have depleted and spent their forces, run out of ammunition, and will be compelled to sue for peace.
So is Donald Trump a fool or a knave?
I prefer to use the term developed by the American punk rock group Green Day. He's an idiot. He's an American idiot.
It wasn't developed by... The word idiot was not developed by Green Day. Scott, historical revisionism.
One of the dumbest people that have walked the face of the earth. A man who makes no effort to learn anything about what he's about to do. A man whose intellect is as shallow as the dust on my desktop. He is a man who is an American patriot, but he's an Israeli stooge. This is a man who has been briefed by his intelligence services that there is no nuclear weapons program in Iran. This is a man who was briefed by his generals and admirals that we lack the ability to finish the mission he wants us to accomplish. And this is a man...
Can I, chat, let me know in the comments, can I Google how to build a nuke? Is there like proprietary knowledge that is required for you to create a nuke? Right? Is there like specific... Do you need to get Oppenheimer's like descendants to like help you build the fucking nuke? Like it's like fucking that one guy that chops up Porsches. You need that guy. You pay that guy. He comes over. You give him a couple ciggies, a couple drinks. He's like, yeah, I'll build you the nuke. Just pay me and I'll build you the nuke. Do you need that guy? Because I mean, this general seems perfectly reasonable. Like, you like, what the fuck? Like, they can build it regardless.
Who listened to Benjamin Netanyahu and launched this war of aggression, this illegal war of aggression that has as an enhancement, if we ever bring him to trial, the fact that it was done under perfidy, meaning once again the United States lied to Iran and the world, leading people to believe that there was a potential of a negotiated settlement, one where Iran actually has negotiated a deal which, had it been manifested, would have been the deal.
And if they have the paperwork, like you said, they could bring it to court, I guess, if they have proof of it.
Donald Trump claimed he was looking for. The best deal in the world. A deal that removed sunset clauses, removed any possibility of Iran ever expanding its program. A deal that forever ended any speculation about Iran's intent regarding nuclear weapons. This was the deal of a lifetime, but Donald Trump wasn't interested in a deal. He and Benjamin Netanyahu had already picked the timing of this attack prior to the
Somebody better take Grandpa's keys.
negotiations even beginning. Perfidy. That is what Donald has committed. In addition to
Someone take Grandpa's keys. He got crazy.
him, tragically, and I say now with anger in my voice, my country as a nation that will go down in the pages of history alongside Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan as criminal nations that have carried out horrific wars of aggression.
You and I would be expecting.
Yeah, there is no takesy backsies, Bubba. That's kind of crazy, bro. Yep.
Outside of the viewpoint of people like you and I.
You could choose not to go to college, right? Like, yeah, oh, my bad, oopsie daisies. I didn't go to college. But making a big choice that caused a lot of deaths, that's kind of harder to say, oopsie daisies, my bad, without kind of doing the Israeli shit and being like, I gotta go balls to the walls and hide this shit, bro. My reputation's on the line. It's either me or him. Balls to the walls.
Even the Financial Times has denounced it, and trust me, that's going some. The British government didn't allow the US to use their bases. They were forced to say, slightly mitigated now by Keir Starmer telling us that our aircraft were in the air. Turns out it was a singular aircraft, and it was in defense of Qatar, and it returned safely to base. So we are just bit players, but we are bit players that refuse to endorse this illegal act. I'm struggling to find any but the most base serfs of US power, like the Japanese Prime Minister, for example, who believe this was a good idea. Even the people that are backing it can't imagine it was a good idea.
Soon the chicken shall come home to roost, as we say. Right now the Strait of Hormuz is shut.
Okay.
When we finish with this program, I'm taking
My man said it's hearsay, shearsay. He said a Japanese guy. He said he's all right. It seems pretty good to him.
And I'm going to enjoy the last gas pumped at $3.28 a gallon that I will see for some time now. Starting tomorrow, we're going to see the price of gasoline go through the roof, and it will continue to rise as this conflict drags on. Donald Trump, after telling the world how this was going to be a conflict that America was going to sustain for weeks if necessary, is already talking about negotiations to bring this to. And in typical Trump fashion, he lies, saying that the Iranians have reached out to him. Ali Lajarni is not going to reach out to Donald Trump. Donald Trump attempted to reach out to the Iranians through an Italian proxy and was told to pound sand. Iran is in this for the duration. This is an existential struggle of survival for the Islamic Republic, for the people of Iran. They will not allow this conflict to end in any way that allows Israel and the United States to maintain forces sufficient to re-attack Iran down the road. They are seeking the strategic defeat of Israel, the strategic defeat of the United States. You see this with the posture that they have made with the Gulf Arab nations, who have been pounded mercilessly and will continue to be pounded as long as they provide safe haven for the cancer that has infected the Middle East, and that cancer is the presence of the United States. Iran is now the chief oncologist, and they are laying out some very, very harsh chemotherapy to just...
Most based Ritter. Iran is the chief oncologist. Holy fuck, that's...
Now, who's the big dog over there? Is it Iran? Is Iran the biggest? Let me see. Who's the biggest player in the Middle East? Seems to be Iran. Yeah, so it's Iran. So we got Iran and Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia, I mean, that's like saying Vegas. I mean, it's practically Vegas, bro. Vegas don't give a shit about nothing but Vegas. So, I mean, if it benefits Vegas, By all means, but they don't. If it doesn't benefit Vegas, I don't give a fuck. So Saudi Arabia, of course, money, rich people, but there's not that many people. To be honest, they're rich because of the billionaires, but billionaires don't have a lot of kids. They don't fuck a lot, so they don't have too many people. They don't have a lot of friends, so they're alone. So there's not too many people in Saudi Arabia. Anyways, next one is Iran. So Iran, yeah, technically is the biggest dog. Okay, this makes and then Turkey, Egypt. Egypt has a lot of skeletons in their closet, so they don't really want to get into nothing because they got a lot of skeletons in their closet, a lot of shady shit. They don't even. They're like Epstein. They don't want to be up in the. They don't even want their name up in the air. Turkey, I don't know about Turkey. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Turkey. Turkey being a turkey, season comes and goes every fucking Thanksgiving. Anyways, yeah, bro. They're definitely going to go in there. They have. I mean, they're number 2. So they have the money and tools to surgically go in there and
destroy the American cancer. And we're starting to see nations respond. The United Arab Emirates, in response to the Iranian attacks, has called for the removal of forces from the region that are destabilizing. Now, you can't remove Iran because it is the region. So they're talking.
Saeed, you know, not all of us here are so fortunate to have our own oil refineries, as some oil barons do in the chat, who shall go unnamed and anonymous.
Talking about now the United States leaving the Middle East. And when this war is done, the United States will have no choice but to leave the Middle East with our tail tucked firmly between our dog legs.
No, I was only a boy soldier.
Dog legs.
You were an important military officer, and nobody in the world knows more about war and military matters than you. So give us a review on how well
highly decorated indeed.
It looks to me, although I may be an ingenue, that they are actually doing extremely well.
Again, lacking specific data on the exact targets hit and on the number of missiles launched. I don't have access to the Iranian battle plan. But what we can see suggests exactly that which you have said, that the Iran...
What a peasant. Your refinery is on fire. It's giving poor.
Things are doing extraordinarily well.
It's giving Gillespie, bruh. It's giving me more of that one other guy. The Channel 6? Is it Channel 6?
Careful about evaluating missile launches and missile intercepts. We see data coming out of Qatar that suggests they've been very successful. But once again, we don't understand the Iranian way of war, because most of the missiles Iran...
I like to call it money challenge. Thank you very much.
...launched are designed to be intercepted. Most of the missiles Iran's launched are designed to absorb interceptors. Most of the missiles Iran launches are designed to confuse the radar systems of the integrated...
Yeah, they're trying to deplete the interceptors. But they're getting the most...
Are they trying to deplete the interceptor so they can launch the nuke and have nothing to intercept it?
Because even the missiles that they're firing, which they expect to be intercepted, aren't being intercepted.
Anti-ballistic missile defense systems, and then Iran comes in with the killer touch at the end and hits the targets they want to hit. So if we evaluate Iran on the totality of the missiles launched, we would say they have about a 33% success rate. If we evaluate them on the missiles that need to hit the targets Iran wants them to hit, the success rate is close to 100%. And these targets are devastating in terms of what they're hitting. They're destroying American radar systems worth hundreds of millions of dollars, in one case $1.1 billion. By the time they're finished with the United States, the price tag on infrastructure loss would be over $100 billion. $100 billion of American infrastructure that will be destroyed in the Middle East. And the price tag for the Gulf Arab states can go up as equally high if they want to continue this nonsense and pretend that the United States has some sort of legitimate function in the Middle East today. The United States does not. Israel is also paying a very heavy price. One has to be careful about reading what one reads on the internet, because the quality control filter isn't necessarily there. But it appears that the Iranians struck a building, and that building contained Israeli officers who were carrying out a conference about this war. The location of that building had been selected by the Israelis in the morning, meaning that by striking this building and killing the people inside, Iran not only proved that they had the capability to penetrate Israeli air defense at any time this building was selected, because it was supposed to be ringed by sufficient air defense systems, but Iran also showed that they have the ability to collect intelligence information.
Yeah, what the fuck? This morning, they're like, bro, we hopped on Discord this morning, like, we're gonna go meet up at fucking the Placita. We're gonna go meet up, you know that little building in the Placita? We're gonna go on the top of the building, we're gonna go there, alright? At 7 p.m. fucking 7 p.m. comes around, fucking gets blown up. And who the fuck was in the Discord? What the fuck? Nah. Because Israel is always good with like, oh, you're Israeli? Yeah, come join us, right? What is it? Yeah, we'll pay you. We'll like, yeah, come join us. Yeah. But the fact that it went the other way around too is like, what the fuck?
Accurate intelligence information about the most sensitive topics in Israel and respond in a timely fashion, killing the Israelis involved.
That's so based. Oh my.
That's kind of crazy.
Put that to me like that.
Yeah. It's like, what in the world? He's like, yeah, bro, they're not. It's not a third world country like the way you think of. Iran is not a third. I mean, it could be. It looks third world, but when you got the money, you use it right. I mean, what the fuck?
No, they are all literally dead men walking. We might as well get Tom Hanks to go into Tel Aviv and walk down the street and shout it out. Dead man walking, because that is Israel today.
I don't get the Tom Hanks reference, but whatever.
Iranians will not let up. The Iranians have the capacity to sustain.
Tom Hanks would feel right at home in Israel, of course.
In this fight, Benjamin Netanyahu warned Donald Trump that if you're going to pull the trigger on Iran, you have to kill Iran, terminate the conflict before 700 missiles impact on Israeli soil. Too bad, so sad, baby, because you're going to get burned. The Iranians
Yeah, that was true. You gotta strike quick. Oh, shit. Well, hopefully we don't get the short end of that stick.
Everything they have, there's not a damn thing you can do to stop it.
I'm so glad I decided to click on this video.
What in the world?
Children ask the most blindingly obvious but most profound question. So let me pass my eldest son's question on to you. Once I told him how I thought the war was going, he asked,
yeah, he's gonna get the me treatment. He's gonna get that good treatment. He's like, yeah, let me have this. I need this. Gets it. Fucks it up. Oh. He's like, give me that bag. You don't need that shit. You ain't doing it right. Give me that shit.
asked the pretty obvious question, why then did they do it? Why did the United States and Israel launch a war which you say they were bound to lose, and looking at the pictures so far, it seems you were right. They are losing it.
I think his answer is going to have something to do with Israel.
The reason why we launched this war is because of the ignorance of the people who planned this war. Ignorance about war itself. Understand there's outside of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, there's very few people surrounding Donald Trump who actually have first-hand experience in war.
War, yeah.
These are politicized dilettantes.
Yeah, didn't they see movies? You require propaganda. You require a Captain America for us. Like, you need to send people out there to propagandize the war, bro.
The closest one you get is
sponsors.
Nothing more than a glorified battalion operations officer and a reformed alcoholic who is probably best left sitting behind a Fox studio camera than actually trying to lead people. But hey, he could bench 3.
That's being generous, Scott.
15 pounds, so God bless him. But these are the people advising the president.
So he works out, yeah, good for him.
Foolish people, they're stupid people, fundamentally stupid people, and they are ignorant beyond belief. They have fallen victims of their own ignorance. These are people, Scott Bessent, setting off demonstrations by collapsing the value of the real back at December 28th, and then bragging about it at Davos, how he is the one responsible for creating demonstrations. Then the demonstrations get magnified by Mossad, by the CIA.
And you could be stupid. Obviously, you cannot know everything in the world. But there's one thing being stupid and not being resourceful. Going out there and looking for the right answer. Going, hey, well, let's go hire someone that could give us the answer. Let's go search for the fucking questions. Answer.
Selective videotaping of violence and then projecting it out here to the echo chamber that is the American social media environment. And we started believing that there's actually a critical mass of Iranian people in Iran ready to rise up and remove the theocracy from power, because we created a situation where a handful of people unveiled the flag of the monarchy, shouted death to Khamenei, and then we broadcast it here. We said they're ready, and Trump believes this nonsense. So he was told, if you decapitate the regime, you bring down Khamenei, the people will rise up. I mean, he actually believed this. And then he bragged about it. I mean, openly bragged about how I am tracking Khamenei. He should leave the country because I'm going to kill him. Does he not understand that Ali Khamenei volunteered to die on the first day of the war? Ali Khamenei was at home in his residence, knowing he was being hunted down by the United States, knowing he was being targeted by death. He was surrounded by fellow shaheeds who also knew that they were going to die, but they also understood that there was a purpose in their death. Because by dying, they...
Exactly, and I knew. That's exactly... See, at least... This is a... I like this war general. He fucking... This war general here is a perfect example of when you... You gotta fourth dimension that shit. You gotta fourth wall that bitch. You can't just stay in the third dimension. You gotta fourth dimension the bitch. You can't stay in your own brain. If you stay in your own brain, you're not gonna see the perspective from the fourth dimension coming here and smacking you in your face. That's what happens. My man's knew this shit. He's like, yeah, bro. The John Wick guy, they're gonna kill me, bro. But I'm gonna go out as a martyr, as a symbol.
To martyrdom. And the Iranian people are in the streets, but they're not shouting death to Khamenei. They're shouting long live the martyr Khamenei. That's why we lost the war.
What did I just say? Come on.
It was a trap set by the Iranians on day one by a people of faith. Donald Trump wouldn't even know what a Shia is or what a Twelver is. He doesn't know who Hussein is. He doesn't know who Ali is. He has no clue what the Battle of Karbala is. And yet he fell into a trap where all of this...
Yeah, you do not know, but at least know symbol. You don't gotta know none of that if you know Jesus. You know that basic understanding of what he was doing back then. Come on, bro.
He assassinated or facilitated the murder of...
That goes to show that Trump and all those folks don't know nothing about religion. That they don't even believe in God.
Second most important man in the Shia faith, Ali Khamenei.
I can guarantee this man right here, this general right here, he's a full-blown Christian. He believes in the cold Bible. I guarantee that for sure. You can fact check that for me.
Equivalent of killing the Pope if you're Catholic, killing the Archbishop of Canterbury if you're British, killing the head of the Orthodox Church, Kirill, if you are Russian. And Donald Trump doesn't understand this. If the purpose of this operation was to get the Iranian people in the street, Donald Trump succeeded. But he got the wrong people in the street for the wrong cause. The people of Iran today are rallying in support of the Islamic Republic. The Islamic Republic is invincible at this moment because you can't kill people who are ready to die for their cause. And the Shia of Iran, who are defending the Islamic Republic, are prepared to a man, to a woman, to become martyrs in the cause of their faith. And it is the Islamic Republic of Iran that they are defending. Not just their land, not just their culture, not just their history, but their faith. Donald Trump lost this war, the first missiles that impacted the ground in Tehran.
It is funny because American politicians in particular are forever telling us how religious they are. But your friend Professor Morandi said to me just a few minutes ago.
Right? What did I just say? Like, he just started to throw a hook on our government, on our politicians. Yeah, they call themselves so religious, and yet they didn't see this religious attack coming.
He prays that Ali Khamenei is right now sitting with Jesus and Moses and the Prophet Muhammad. That's what they believe. And how would it be an inhibiting thing? How would it be a frightening thing to threaten people with a martyrdom which they believe will take them to the holy families, that will take them to paradise? I just wonder, do American politicians who are, as I say, wearing their so-called Christianity on their sleeve, do they not understand the concept?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Politicians who proclaim themselves as Christians, I'm sure there's some out there who are truly Christian. And but to be a Christian means you study Christ, which means you study the teachings of Jesus.
Yeah.
You study the life of Jesus. And
if you did study the life of Jesus, you would see this, because, bro, we're at the bottom. We're at the bottom of the barrel, and we see this. And how did you at the top of the barrel, where the fucking foam is at? We're at the top of the fucking foam where the cream of the crop, where the sweet stuff is at. How did you not see this?
Anything in the life of Jesus that would...
I'm barely seeing these videos just now. Just now. It took me a couple seconds. How long has this been? It's been we did 30 minutes of research and we found this information in 30 minutes.
Could possibly be used to promote the ongoing conflict with Iran. I often ask myself, as somebody who struggles with the concept of Christianity, because I like Jesus. I read the Bible. I think Jesus was a cool dude.
I love Jesus. I love Jesus. He's a martyr, yeah, bro. It's like, I love it.
Peace, love thy neighbor, etc. I struggle with.
But it's like loving to the point where like I'll smack you if you don't love love, bro. I'll smack the shit out you if you don't love love. I don't know anyway.
Because I'm not a big fan.
Like, I'll fuck you up, bro. This is a gang of love, bro.
Paul having a vision in the desert, but other than that, I'm working on it. But forget Christ, because Christ is to me a manufacturer of man. What would Jesus do? And Jesus wouldn't tolerate this war in Iran at all. Jesus would be seeking to live in peace and harmony.
All right, I like that. That's actually good. Jesus Christ. Christ was the guy, you know. Jesus is is not the character, but you know what I'm saying. The personification of of God Himself. You know what I'm saying? It's like giving homage. It's like, yeah, I'm a rock star, but I'm paying homage to fucking Ozzy Osbourne or some shit like that. And Ozzy Osbourne's like, yeah, I'm paying actually homage to the guitar.
If you're a Christian, understand that if you're a Christian out there promoting this conflict, you're not a Christian at all. You're somebody who's perverted your own religion. But then again, you're probably somebody who buys into the concept of Christian Zionism, which is in itself a self-contradictory concept, because you're making alliance with the very people who not only killed your Lord and Savior, but today view you as goyim, view you as secondary citizens. You are selling yourself out to people who don't view you as friends and allies, but people who spit on you, literally spit on you as an inferior race.
Yeah, I've seen it. And the fact that video came out and they're not being like China where they're blocking that, where like, nah, don't even show this shit out. Don't even post it. They're not even caring about that anymore. They're like, yeah, I'm spitting on you. I'm giving out bread to the bum. Like, what the
First of all, because again, I am not a man of faith, and so I don't put religion above all else. Worst of all, you've betrayed that which I do put above all else: the Constitution of the United States, the rule of law, what it means to be an American. Your behavior is an embarrassment to real Americans who embrace values that don't call for illegal wars of aggression against nations that have done nothing to harm you. In fact, nations that have been over backwards to give you the best deal possible to achieve the results you deem essential, preventing Iran from having a nuclear weapon. Yes, okay, that's a noble goal. I don't think Iran was ever seeking to have a nuclear weapon, but here we are. We could have achieved that goal, and yet these Christian Americans have thrown that away in the cause of death and destruction. The moment a Christian starts embracing death and destruction is the moment the four horsemen of the apocalypse need to be unleashed on the earth and carry them straight to hell.
With your erudition, you'll no doubt agree with me that Catch-22 was one of the greatest novels of the 20th century. In Catch-22, Milo Minderbender rents out his own air force to the enemy, in that case to the Germans. Hasn't something like that happened? The American Air Force has been rented out, and to Miriam Adelson. And if she got that for $250 million, that's the bargain of the century, isn't it? The American armed forces have essentially been rented out to Adelson and her boss Netanyahu.
No, you're 100% correct. This may be the downfall of Donald Trump, and I pray it is the downfall of Donald Trump. I may actually become a religious man if it results. Regime change has two ways. It's a double-edged sword. Donald Trump has unsheathed the regime change sword. It's not to weld it against Iran, but in doing so, he's created the foundation of his own demise. You see, he did run on a platform where he was the president of peace. There's posters out there that make this proclamation. He promised Americans that he would put America first, that he would make America great again. Tucker Carlson had a very fascinating interview with Mike Huckabee, the U.S. ambassador to Israel, where Mike Huckabee...
Mr. Tucker Carlson. Ooh. I hear him again.
Greater Israel is a thing, and that it's okay for the Israelis to aspire to take the territory of virtually all of their Arab neighbors. He truly believes this. Ted Cruz believes this. Donald Trump believes this. Others, but the American people don't believe this, because the American people aren't willing to die for this. And when Tucker Carlson released this, the Israeli press, I was reading it, they got very worried. They said, we being Israel, need to be very careful here, because there is now a serious divide amongst those people we need in the United States to maintain this friendship, the Republican base, the MAGA base, and we're going to lose them. With Mike Huckabee's words and others, because they fear that Israel is being put ahead of America. Well, as you said, when Miriam Adelson buys the United States Air Force, United States Navy, and allows it to be put in harm's way by attacking Iran, who pose no threat whatsoever to the American people or the American nation, this proves that Donald Trump is an Israeli-first president. Make Israel great again is his calling card. And when we lose this war, and George, I'm here to tell you, we have lost this war. This is going to be one of the most humiliating moments in American history, when we have to admit we have run out of ammunition. We cannot sustain this fight while Iran continues to pummel Israel, American bases, and American regional allies. Donald Trump will now be compelled to once again lie to the American people about how he achieved something, but now he's going to withdraw. And he is going to be crushed at the midterms. And when he gets crushed, it's not just that he will lose the House, because he will lose the House. And by losing the House, it means he will be impeached. He will be impeached nonstop. There might be multiple impeachment trials going on. This is how much the Democrats despise this man. But he may lose the Senate. He may lose the Senate in sufficient numbers that could lead to conviction.
Yeah, bro. He had... Well, not he, but Republican. Like in the video game that we had going on. Bro, they had that shit. They had the dub.
Trump's political legacy. And he saw it. You saw him.
I guess he wasn't the man coming the hour way. He wasn't the man of the hour.
Posture when he gave his speech announcing the beginning of this operation.
We talked about that too.
You know Donald Trump during the election. I mean, he was running around like the energized.
Yeah, right. The moment of truth. It's like this is Donald Trump's big moment. He's gonna attack Iran, and it's gonna be this great success, and we're proud. And he's like got the cap on. He's hiding half his face. He looks deflated, defeated. His confidence isn't there. He recognized. It's almost like his body is not comporting with the words coming out of his mouth.
Is your bunny? I mean, that man could put in a 14-hour day, travel to 5 different places, finish up with a rally at night, and he was as strong as the day is long. I mean, he's out there doing his stupid YMCA dance. His voice is strong, powerful. Here he goes before the American people announcing this war, which should be the most testosterone-laden event in his life, and he sounded like a defeated man. He sounded like a guy who just spent $50 on a hooker and couldn't get it up. I apologize. I just don't like Donald Trump, so I'm going to say that. He was a defeated man. He was. You know, he knows he lost. He knows it's over. He knows it's finished because we're not going to win. And it's gradually becoming apparent that Israel lied to him. Israel deceived him. Benjamin Netanyahu used and abused him. And that Miriam Adelson bought.
Gosh, who could have seen that coming?
Donald Trump is the equivalent of a $50 whore who sold America out to a pimp named Miriam Adelson.
Well,
wow.
Do you think was it because of the Epstein shit? You think because they're like, damn, I don't want my pictures out. I have a fucking 1 incher or something. Like, what the fuck, bro? It probably wasn't that. Probably he was like choking a little 15-year-old or like 13-year-old or something like that. Something heavier. But still, bro, like, what the fuck?
That was really...
Stand on your 10 toes, bro. But that was insane. Top general, you said he said this? That's crazy. Oh my.
Day 25 of this war, and you have to remember the operations are still ongoing. We have still joined U.S. Israeli military.
The clock is ticking on President Trump's 48-hour ultimatum he issued to Iran, warning last night that the U.S. will strike its power plants. The Strait of Hormuz is not reopened. Let's check back in with Fox News Syria.
What the fuck? So now it's... So first, what did they not ask about the opening of Hormuz in the first treaty? Like, bro, no, I'm not gonna... Like, what? You already said, what the fuck?
Your correspondent Mike Tobin live in Tel Aviv. Mike, we're hearing that missiles are approaching Israel right now.
Wait, yeah, yeah, you're gonna open up that fucking... You're gonna open up the fucking... The port of Hormuz, right? And you're gonna take this fucking... You're gonna take this cancer. Nice and slow, you fuck. Nice and fucking slow. Like, what the fuck is this?
We should start hearing the sirens in about 2 minutes now. The way the alerts are going right now, everything from the north to the south of Tel Aviv is under watch right now, in the eastern section of Tel Aviv in particular. So we
Bubba, there's no troops on the ground. What are you fucking shielding from, bro? There's no troops on the ground. Like, it's not a fucking foot on the... There's not a foot war, bro. I doubt this is gonna protect you from maybe from... Obviously, I'm playing... But shrapnel. Maybe. Shrapnel? Small shrapnel. Rocks. Chips. Glass. Maybe. But a giant missile? I doubt it. I mean, the shockwave alone, wouldn't it fuck up your insides?
What we get out of Iran these days are the cluster bombs. Grounds are destroyed. So we're keeping an eye on the skies to the east of us right now, because that's where we expect the missiles to appear. That's the direction, pardon me, where the missiles come through, and then hopefully we'll see the interceptors launch and get after them. So that's the situation right now, and this is a drill that the people here in Israel are repeating every day, multiple times a day. You get the alerts over your phone. That's a period we're in right now. Once you start hearing the sirens wail in the background, that's an indication that the missiles are getting close. And what people have to do here, again and again and again, stop what they're doing, get up and go into what is called the mamad in Hebrew, the bomb shelter. You go into the bomb shelter, and that dramatically increases your chances. And now here. That's the sound of the sirens going off. That means the missiles are inbound, and we look off in the direction of Iran right now and wait to see where these missiles will appear in the sky. It's very different than the shorter range rockets that we see out of Lebanon and we saw out of the Gaza Strip for so many years, because those run out of fuel halfway and you don't see the inbound rocket, you only see the interceptors go up. What's different about the things that come in from Iran is they're ballistic missiles, so they leave the atmosphere, and when they re-enter, it's almost like a meteor shower with the rocket coming back in, because they get hot upon re-entry to the atmosphere, and then you'll see the interceptors go up after that. So right now what you hear over Tel Aviv, I'll hold the microphone now. Those are the air raid sirens. The Israeli population now is pretty disciplined about getting into the shelters for this period of time and waiting it out, because the shelters are very effective, particularly with these big warheads when they come in. They spread shrapnel all over the place, and yeah, if we look up in the
there it is.
east, what I can see now is a cluster bomb. You saw the big light, that was the interception. And now we've got dozens of bomblets coming down.
They are bombs. Okay.
See one bright light that is cascading in this direction. A lot of lights separating off of it. And those are the bomblets. And the bomblets themselves are still quite dangerous because they're little explosives. They're not as powerful as the big 1,000-pound warhead like came in Dimona last night, but they're still very capable of hitting people. And one single light is now cascading. We heard a big boom there. That's probably the interception. And I'm looking at one single light now cascading.
That's just, they already got intercepted.
But over in the skies over Tel Aviv, headed to the ground. We'll see what that results in.
Mike, are you in a place?
Didn't appear to cause a large explosion.
Yeah, because it got intercepted, dummy. Come on, bro. Aren't you supposed to be the expert?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so when it comes to the defense, the interception, you've got all these different Jacob's Ladder, the Iron Dome, the Arrow system. I know before this launch, back during the 12-day war last year, we talked about the capabilities, and then is this
systems considering resident really in Israel? But the answer to your earlier question, they've got multi-layers of interceptors and defense. And despite that, what we saw yesterday, you're shooting a missile out of the sky. You can't get them all, and 2 of them got through.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike Toby.
That was only one giant strike. What's going on?
Now to the Middle East and the the fighting. CBS's Charlie D'Agata is in Tel Aviv with the latest.
Each day's airstrike.
Inflicting damage on a scale not seen here since the beginning of the war. The southern city of Arad targeted. Emergency workers arriving to a scene of devastation. In the daylight, we saw walls.
They're not gonna go to work.
Off apartments, windows.
See, like, what the fuck? Where is this? This gotta be AI, bro.
What do you do in the military? What do you do in the military? Yeah.
Live from the studio.
Suspicious to allow a lawless bully to take us back to the law of the jungle. The Islamic Republic of Iran calls on the Security Council an emergency session to unequivocally condemn the criminal act of aggression by the United States against Iran and to hold the administration in Washington accountable for its violations of fundamental principles of United Nations Charter and of norms of international law.
Yeah, bro, there's lawyers involved, bro.
Of the IAEA and its Director General, who through evidence bias in favor of warmongering parties paved the way for the current violence and bloodshed, is now clearer than ever.
Run by elite pedos.
Governors to immediately convene and carry out its legal responsibility in response to the dangerous U.S. attack on Iran's peaceful nuclear facilities, all of which have been under the agency's full safeguards and monitoring. The world must not forget that it was the United States which, in the midst of a process to forge a diplomatic outcome, betrayed diplomacy by supporting the genocidal Israeli regime's launch of an illegal war of aggression on the Iranian nation.
Mm-hmm.
Not content with such malign action,
Hello? Hola?
the United States. In doing so, the U.S. administration holds sole and full responsibility for the consequences of its actions, including the Islamic Republic of Iran's right to self-defense under the principles of the United Charter. In accordance with the UN Charter and its provisions allowing a legitimate response in self-defense, Iran reserves all options to defend its security interests.
And justice for all.
Thank you very much.
We will now be taking questions. We'd like to start with the Associated Press.
Associated Press? That's not that many people. What the fuck is going on? Is there just like only a certain amount of people that get to go in? Why isn't the regular the population there? I would like to sit there and listen to what's going on.
Distinguished Minister, are the doors for negotiation still open? Can you hear me now? Distinguished Minister, the question is as follows. Is the door for negotiation still open?
Well, hoping he answers, and hopefully he's not just saying like, I ain't even gonna.
Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me, sir?
No way, he just did that.
Can you hear me?
No way, he just.
If I may just step in here and just translate real quick for my colleague.
Okay.
Asking if there are still room for negotiations moving forward.
No way, he just did that.
Is the negotiation door still open? Did you contact Tehran? What kind of damage has been incurred on the nuclear facilities? Is there any intermediary country like Turkey, like Saudi Arabia, like Qatar? Are you continuing your such activities of mediation? How do you see the process? Thank you.
Well, I have been in touch with Tehran, of course. I still do not have exact information about the level of damages, but I don't think it matters how much damages have been made. Attacking a nuclear facility by itself is an unforgivable violation of international law and should be condemned. Yesterday, as I said, I had discussion.
Yeah, bro, what the fuck? Attacking a nuclear facility, that's like might as well just drop a nuke in the motherfucker. What the fuck?
Are very much concerned.
The ecological fucking... Oh, jeez.
Aggression by Israel, of course.
Oh, of course, Israel, yeah.
Worried about the possible attack by the United States, but yesterday we were all talking about how to stop the Israeli aggression. Well, of course, the door for diplomacy should be always keep open, but this is not the case right now. My country has been under attack, under aggression, and we have to respond based on our legitimate right of self-defense. And
Yeah, he had to add all that extra shit for him to even speak. But he's like, diplomacy open? He's like, I ain't gonna say that.
We'd now like to take a question from Al Jazeera.
Because was it the New Press? What was it? The Times New Press or some shit like that?
Thank you very much, Minister. So, you say that you need to respond right now, but we know that Iranians are known for their talents in negotiations in diplomacy and trade. What would be the conditions after responding for Iran to come back to a negotiation table, maybe with the U.S. as well?
That's a good question. That's a good question. After you fucking let's say after you fucking squabble with Israel, what are we like? You know, what the fuck we gonna do? That's a good question. That's a very good question.
I think it is irrelevant to ask Iran to return to diplomacy because we were in the middle of diplomacy. We were in the middle of talks with the United States when Israelis blew it up. And again, we were in the middle of talks and negotiation with Europeans. Happened only 2 days ago in Geneva, when this time Americans decided to blow it up. So we were in diplomacy, but we were attacked.
Yeah, bro, I get you, bro. Yeah, he looks sad. He's like, bro, you attacked me, bro. What the fuck?
So it was not Iran, but the US who betrayed diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
They betrayed negotiations. When at the middle of negotiations with us, they gave green light to Israelis, if not instructed them to attack Iran's nuclear facilities. I think they have proved that they are not men of diplomacy, and they only understand the language of threat and force, and this is very unfortunate. The United States showed that they have no respect to United Nations Charter, they have no respect to international law, they have no respect to any...
Guys, I don't want to talk too much. This is very interesting stuff.
International law regarding, managing the border and facing challenges of war. There is no red line that they have not crossed. And the last one, and the most dangerous one, was happened only last night, when they crossed a very big red line by attacking nuclear facilities. I don't know how much room is left for diplomacy. We are now calculating the damages. And as I said, the damages are not only for our nuclear facilities, the damages are for the United Nations Charter. It was not only Iran's facilities which was bombed, it was also the United Nations Charter. It was also Non-Proliferation Regime and NPT which was bombed last night by Americans. And it was the rule of law and international law which was bombed. So now we have to see how much room is left for diplomacy, and we will decide.
I'd like to hand over to TRT World.
Mr. Minister, the U.S. President Donald Trump warned that Iran must now make peace, otherwise the future attacks, he says, would be far greater and much easier. So how is Tehran responding to that threats from Washington? Thank you.
I think it's not up to Iran to respond to that. The whole international community should respond of such a clear threat against the United Nations Charter. Iran has done nothing wrong. We do not understand why Iran should be attacked for a false accusation that Iran is seeking nuclear weapons. It's now more than 20 years that we are trying to prove that our peaceful nuclear program is in fact peaceful and would remain peaceful. We negotiated for a long time with the so-called P5+1, and we came to a deal which the whole world celebrated as an achievement of diplomacy. And then it was the US who withdrew from that deal and reimposed their sanctions and restarted their threats. Again, we were negotiating with the same administration. Then all of a sudden they decided to attack us, first by Israelis, then by themselves. And now they are threatening us for more attacks. So it's not up to Iran, but it's up to international community to condemn this, to prevent this. Otherwise, there will be nothing left for the international law, for the security at the world level. The Security Council should play its role, should play its responsibility to prevent, to condemn and prevent these kind of threats. We will certainly defend our interests, we will certainly defend our territorial integrity, our sovereignty and our people. And I'm so glad that our people are now fully understand what injustice they are doing against the Iranian people. They are united and in solidarity with the government, and they stand firm against any aggression.
Next, CNN Türk.
Mr. Minister, how do you assess the West's stance on Israel massacres? No one seems to mention Israel's allegedly illegal nuclear weapons. The German Chancellor even said Israel is doing the dirty work for us. So what is your response? Thank you.
Well, what should I say? You said everything. That Iran is under attack by a nuclear-armed superpower and a nuclear-armed regime. And Iran, as you know, is a non-nuclear armed country. That should be certainly condemned. If not, the whole non-proliferation regime would be undermined and would be defeated. Iran is a committed member of NPT. NPT is not able to protect us. So it is very unfortunate that Israel is doing as the German Chancellor called a dirty job. And by the way, they supported that dirty job. It's a shame. They know that Israel is doing a dirty job and they support it and they give it every right to do it and they call it defending itself.
Now watch this drive.
It's really a shame. Pardon? Well, I think I'm not in a position to reveal what we are going to do in response to what Americans did last night. I just talked about the fact that NPT failed to protect Iran from and its peaceful nuclear program.
Iran will probably try to attack leaders. I like that. I think that's great. If leaders want to target other leaders, what do we say? We say have at it, right? We want to put them on. I mean, we would rather have them fight each other in a ring, like a UFC ring, much less deadlier.
I'm from a Turkic newspaper and also Net News Agency. It is indicated that China is supporting Iran. How do you evaluate its deterrence power vis-a-vis USA and Israel? And can we learn your expectations about your relations with the Russian Federation?
I knew he was with the Russians.
Well, there was a problem with the translation, or I think the device doesn't work properly. I understood the last part of your question. Well, I'm going to Moscow this afternoon, and I have a meeting with President Putin tomorrow morning. Russia is a friend of Iran, and we enjoy.
I enjoy Belarus quite a lot. I would say I enjoy Belarus music. Is that bad to say I enjoy music from Belarus? I think not.
The part and the participants of JCPOA, so they have been always a party to nuclear negotiations, and even in the past 2-3 months that we were negotiating with the United States, we always briefed our Russian friends about the latest outcome of any progress or lack of progress in our talks. Well, I will have serious consultations with the Russian president tomorrow, and we continue to work with each other. Russia is also a permanent member of the Security Council, and we know that they were trying, together with China, to introduce a resolution to the Security Council for the cessation of hostilities. Obviously, now the situation has been changed, and I will have discussion with them at how it should be proceeded.
Final question from IRIB. If we can hand over the microphone to the gentleman right there.
One of my favorite brands of content is Israelis now crying about international law now that they're feeling the consequences of their actions. I say to all the Israelis suddenly crowing
What the heck?
about international law, spare us the selective moral outrage. Let's remind you that when you look up at the sky and you see cluster bombs, that's your crime. That's your fault. Your war crime against Iran begets all subsequent war crimes. To quote
Wow.
the judgment of the International Military Tribunal at Nuremberg, delivered on October 1st, 1946.
What they say?
To initiate a war of aggression, therefore, is not only an international crime, it is the supreme international crime, differing only from other war crimes in that it contains within itself the accumulated evil of the whole. I hate to give Piers Morgan credit, but apparently he brutally hardcore cooked Ben Shapiro.
What did Ben say?
And he routinely gets very upset when other people do. It's a
Ah.
to the red list to the grave. He sees an alternate reality where anybody who disagrees with him is a terror apologist who could only possibly be doing it for ratings. And it was
Okay.
to my attention that he was very upset about a debate last week featuring Dave Smith.
So last night on Piers Morgan, which is the Jerry Springer of political television, where people gather to throw chairs at one another and determine paternity. Sort of make mockery of the entire industry by putting on screen whatever dreads are still willing to go on screen with Piers Morgan. Butthurt. He had on Dave Smith, who has, apparently his job is never to tell jokes, but to instead give poorly informed foreign policy.
I hate that fucker so much. I'm sorry, I just can't. I want to vomit. Can't listen. I can't do it. I'm sorry. What I can do is look at this.
The passive aggressive Shapiro?
Are facing horrible challenges. Look at that. The IDF has a bad case of swampy butt. Apparently Iran is making them sweat from the booty hole. It's getting very fluid. It's a very fluid situation. Lots of shit developing.
Well, I mean, don't laugh at people at war, bro. In general.
Show if we're not careful. Tel Aviv looks pretty nice this time of year, guys. Guys, this is what's supposed to happen.
Hey, good on them, bro. They're already rebuilding, bro. Gotta respect the hustle.
Awful. He always sounds like that because he's a fucking belligerent pussy. I don't know. That's just the word that popped in my head at that time. He's an aggressively horny pussy.
What do you mean?
Targeted a military base belonging to the Israeli army in Ramallah. More footage out of Israel. It's not looking good. Documenting staged events during the daytime in Tel Aviv where the explosions were massive.
That better be a girl. Cause it's a little fruity for my taste. Is there gay Jews? Is that a thing?
Involved in a health-related incident earlier today when a ballistic missile was mysteriously
Yeah.
launched up his ass. Have you seen this though? That there a lot of every time there's an American casualty in this war, we're being told by media and the government that it was a health-related incident. Lots of health-related incidents are happening.
I'm sure there is, right?
The weekend was that they're not. There's way more casualties. There's way more American casualties than is being reported. Like I think we're up to like 8 people dead officially, if we're to believe the Pentagon.
Yeah, there is gay Jews. Okay.
But it's likely to be much higher. And one story that conspicuously was.
I mean, granted is that everyone has them.
Was that it was being reported that a town in Germany that was located near a U.S. military base was hosting this blood drive. It was actually a hospital that was really close to the U.S. military base in Germany, and they were calling out, trying to get people to come in and donate blood to this hospital that's conspicuously located very near a U.S. military base. And so a lot of people are saying that this is evidence that, these soldiers that are being ushered away from the front line are injured and they're being transported to German air bases. And the hospital even had to stop all of pregnancy, I don't know how you would say, the pregnancy ward or something, whatever resources they had devoted to, you know,
Birth.
doing these pregnancies and live births and stuff, they couldn't do that because they have to allocate all the resources to this blood drive because casualty rate is so high. But that's not something that you're going to hear from establishment media. You're going to have to listen to, like, Larry Johnson. You have to listen to Lawrence Wilkerson. To listen to these people that actually have, like...
Larry Johnson, Lawrence Wilkerson? Or write that down, ladies and gentlemen. Larry Johnson. Who'd you say? Lawrence?
You have to listen to Lawrence Wilkerson.
Lawrence
People
Wilkerson.
that actually have, like, contacts on the ground because they've spent a whole career, they've spent their entire lives in this tapestry, you know?
Yeah.
They know it better than anyone. But we're totally winning harder than anyone has ever won before, and I'm actually kind of sick of it. I can't tell you how tired I am of winning. I've been sleeping all day. I've been sleeping like 12 hours a night because I'm just so tired of all the W's I've been racking up.
Winning.
Crazy. And the Dow, has anybody noticed the Dow?
The Dow is up?
Okay, right.
Holy shit. The Dow? I should have invested in the Dow.
Some footage of chaos at Ben Gurion Airport in Israel as people are trying to flee. Passengers got angry, check-in counters closed, clashes broke out with police. They all want to leave the promised land so suddenly. Why?
Wait, what?
Why? Oh my god.
Wait, that shit don't make no sense. All of them are trained. Didn't they all go to the military for 2 years?
I should be at Miami Beach right now. What is going on? Oh, it's at 47K? Well, I guess it's okay to prosecute pedophiles then again. Look at that. Check the time. It's prosecute pedophile o'clock. The Dow is under 50K.
The Dow? What is it saying?
I mean, I just find it so suspect that the moment of truth has arrived, okay? God's truest promise has been unleashed upon the Israelites, Chosenites.
When they're running.
People living in the promised land are now
Cowards.
Being given God's truest promise, and what do? What do? It's blasphemy, folks. They flee, they hide, they run. Now, what's another name for a group of people that are running and hiding from God's plan? I mean, what do you call those people? Pagans? Heretics?
Well. I mean, this lady looks Russian.
Honestly, Satanists are ironically cool. These people are something else. They prayed to Baal so much, now they've got ballistic missiles coming down at them. I'm pretty sure this is part of some biblical story. I mean, this is just a replay of biblical times anyway. So, I mean,
We're talking about the hailstorm?
I think that maybe this was promised to them, as foretold in the Talmud. The Israeli-U.S. coalition carried out the most brazen chemical attacks in history. They doused 9 million Iranians with poisonous clouds in order to deprive them of the fuel they need to live. Now, this is the first I'm hearing about this. Why is this attacks in the Talmud? The Israeli-U.S. coalition carried out the most brazen chemical attacks in history. They doused 9 million Iranians with poisonous clouds in order to deprive them of the fuel they need to live. Now, this is the first I'm hearing about this. Why is this not being more widely reported? Of course, we probably know for obvious reasons. In stark contrast to the obvious 2018 false flag in Duma, which was staged to trigger Western bombings of Syria, the international community has reacted with muted concern. And here is what looks to be the footage of those poisonous clouds. This looks like an Iranian foreign policy advisor giving an interview to CNN.
Poisonous clouds, huh?
Seeking or will you seek a ceasefire with the United States at this point in time and with Israel?
I don't see any room for diplomacy anymore because Donald Trump has been deceiving others and not keeping his promises. And we experienced it in 2 times of negotiations, that while we were engaged in negotiation, the structures.
How does all of this end then? If you say right now there's no room for negotiation, President Trump says he wants complete surrender. What does that lead to?
There's no room unless the economic pressure would be built up to the extent that other countries would intervene to guarantee this termination of aggression of Americans and Israelis against Iran.
Finally, what is your message to President Trump as we sit here?
Yeah, why do you not want to negotiate with us after your entire negotiation?
Hello? Hello?
As the war is going on.
That means that what is important for us is the end of this game, and we are ready to continue that game.
The end of this game, you mean how this war will end?
Yeah, the end of the game would be the time that American and Israelis would come to this understanding that this strategy is not working, and they have to stop their aggressions against Iranians.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Is your side seeking?
Here, this is what we fight for, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. Somewhere, Jeffrey Epstein is looking down on us and smiling. Pretty crazy that Jeffrey Epstein started World War III. And on top, I know that's kind of a bastardized way of looking at it, but it's kind of funny too. It's an honorable way of saying it, okay? And there's some truth to it, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Sometimes the lie reveals the truth, okay? We're just gonna say Jeffrey Epstein started World War III, and not only that, but if you read through the Epstein files, apparently, allegedly, ostensibly, he predicted it. Isn't it true? And you can fact check me on this, but didn't, in an email exchange, they confirm, and they being Jeffrey Epstein and whoever he was talking to, that World War III would start on February 8th, 2026. Now he was off by about 20 days, but still, that was something said in like 2018 or something, 2019. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Israel is posting recycled 12-day war videos from 2025 to claim that they've destroyed Iranian jets, but it's literally old footage. It says IDF says it hit 6 Iranian airports.
Ah, yes, the Chinese special.
Runways in Iran's air power.
Fake news.
They have, oh, it's okay. So that was RT's post from 2025, and look, it's the same image that they just posted 2 hours ago. So that's not a good look, you know. You're trying to show that you're winning a war, but you're so lacking in evidence that you have to resort to deceiving people with footage from previous wars to show how well you're winning. And you know, if Iron Dome was working, we'd see footage of it working. And I think it's also being shared that even the IDF is admitting they're having trouble knocking down these missiles, and this is internally within the Israelis' society that they're admitting themselves to in the Hebrew press that they can't. I didn't think it's being reported in Haaretz, which we can take a look at as well.
Who?
Right, let's get an update on what Iran is considering. So this is from Dropsite News. It says Iran weighs tactical shift in Persian Gulf strikes while intensifying attacks on Israel. A senior Iranian official told Dropsite News that Tehran is considering scaling back some attacks on U.S. bases in Arab states while increasing strikes on Israel.
There we go. That's more like it.
To achieve many of its tactical goals against U.S. military infrastructure. Possible shift in targeting. Iran's political and military leaders believe their ballistic missile and drone operations targeting U.S. bases and infrastructure have largely achieved their intended aim of degrading major radar systems and depleting stockpiles of interceptors. The official said Iran's leadership is reviewing whether to shift more of its operations toward Israeli targets in the coming days. God, I hope so. There is a trend we are likely to observe over the course of the coming week in the ongoing conflict.
That would definitely give him brownie points.
Iranian official. He added that the overall strategy remains unchanged.
Could you imagine? They're checking targets. They're like, because in the news, they're like Iranian troops are going down the streets checking targets, though, making sure they're shooting up only. It's impossible, but I'm saying like Israeli ones.
focus of the strikes could begin shifting, there's been no change to the overall strategy. This continues the previous defensive approach. In the coming days, it is likely that operations will place greater emphasis on targets associated with Israel, while attacks on U.S. bases in the region may decrease to some extent. However, this reduction may not apply to U.S. bases in two particular countries where such actions could continue. He did not name the two countries, but Iran has increasingly attacked Bahrain recently, which hosts the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet. More centralized war strategy. The official said Iran has moved from decentralized retaliation early in the war to more coordinated military operations directed by political and military leadership. The political and decision
Now watch this
system
multiplayer.
has been restructured in the military sphere as well. We are witnessing more organized and systematic actions. The military system has been operating in a much more organized way, both in timing and in the choice of targets. He said the broader strategy is aimed at pressuring Washington and Tel Aviv to halt the war. Iran's strategy, he said, aims at exerting maximum pressure on U.S. and Israeli interests in the region in order to compel them to move toward halting the war and de-escalating the situation. President Donald Trump has cornered both himself and U.S. interests. Twitter. If Iran does anything that stops the flow of oil within the Strait of Hormuz, they will be hit by the USA 20 times harder than they've been hit thus far, says Donald Trump. Additionally, we will take out easily destroyable targets that will make it virtually impossible for Iran to ever be built back. One thing that he said earlier, I just remembered, we didn't play the clip, but Donald Trump was like talking about how Iran is being obstinate, you know, they're being stubborn and you know, they tried to negotiate. He's trying to paint this narrative like, oh, well, we were trying to negotiate with them in good faith, but they just wouldn't. They didn't want to compromise. And he says, this is what he says. He says they picked the hard way. And then he says, well, actually, the hard way is the easy way. They wanted to do the hard way, but actually, the hard way is actually very easy. And I'm like, well, if it's the easy way, then why don't you just say it's the easy way? If you think it's the easy way, why would you characterize it the hard way? Just say it's the easy way. Now we're really gonna get. It's gonna be super easy. No, don't say that it's hard. I mean, he's a walking contradiction. More on that.
The situation was very quickly approaching the point of no return, and the United States found it intolerable, in my opinion, based on what Steve and Jared and Pete and others were telling me, Marco and so on.
See, he's already compiling, working out his defense for the coming tribunal. He's like, well, you know, my team said that this was good. It's really them. No, Mr. President, it's all you, bucko.
What the hell? Let me see.
Look at those superior genetics. Fighting continues among Zionists occurring as
Superior genetics, he said. I have superior genetics.
Oh my God, you hate to see it, folks. The Chosenites are kvetching. They better get their little kibbutz on the train. By plane, by train, by any way you can get out of there, get out.
These are fucking bots, bro.
You know, in the 40s, they were...
Ability spam, ability damage. We'll do spammer. Yeah, these are bots, bro. Look at them go. I don't fucking think so, boy. Whoa. Whoa, buddy. What is Brody doing, bro? This targeting just cooked him. Reduces cooldowns. I like that. I see a nymphoke. Let's get it. You're regulated? Why are you? How are you regulated? We rape kids? How do we rape kids? In an island? What island? There's an island? There shouldn't be an island. If you think there's an island, you gotta go look for it. And quick moves. Whoa! I'm out. I'm out, folks. What you glitching out for, boy? Look at him glitch out. What a glitcher. Yep. It's perfect. The builder helper is actually doing pretty good. Is you crazy? Hee. Oh, they check it out. That's pretty smart. You got a new system. Was that? I don't think that was pretty far, but okay. Did you get it? Kind of screwed that one up, but you fucking bitch. Fuck, I picked the wrong one. Don't do that, chat. Gain loss of mana, convert mana into intelligence. Ooh. Ooh. I like that. Turn it into speed. I like speed. Oh. Whatcha? Whatcha? Oh, that's crazy. I'm outside of his. What you thought this was? What you thought this was? You can do the jump and then flip. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Do the jump, flick. Ooh! The fuck? Come here, boy. This is a good little warm-up, actually. These are pretty good warm-ups. Oh, that's good. Oh, actually, that wasn't good. That was after the other one. You hit me, boy. And you're done. Ooh, what you thought, boy? Get the fuck out of my face. As a matter of fact, I'm going in. Watch out, buddy. Alright, let's get out of this game. Chat. GG's on that one, though. the heck? He snuck up on us, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't feel the speed. Pathfinding. What the fuck? What is what you mean pathfinding? What? Well, like a Tesla?
Here's how to start every lane in the Smite 2 open beta conquest map. So Cillian is going to start on the wave, as the blue buff takes too long to do without Boombas or Sunder. And you can also be ran at your blue either way, so you don't really want to start it. So stick around for the first wave and that next wave to hit level 2, then decide where you want to go from there. You either do your blue, your backs, the enemy backs, it's really up to you.
That's a lot of...
simple. They're going to start their own backs next to their speed, then they're going to go to that speed to clear it, then do the ward camp near the mid lane, then go to mid to get pressure to fight over that first mid camp buff spawn. It's pretty direct. Mid is also pretty simple. You're going to start wave to hold wave pressure so that when your jungler comes mid, you can fight over that first mid camp buff spawn. If you have no pressure, you and your jungler can just go do your own red and then do the other ward camp, trade evenly. The dual lane or the ADC and support are going to start their own purple. The ADC should be building Boomba so that you can one-shot it like this, and then you can go to lane to fight for wave pressure. Whoever wins that lane pressure between the two dual lanes can get the first neutral camp buff behind the Gold Fury spawn. After this first initial spawn though, guys, it's going to...
That's pretty cool. Alright. See if we catch one. See if we catch a match. Quick one. Oh, not that. Bow tie. Oh, sorry. We'll do that one. Oh, my legs. That is inconceivable. North American. There we go. I see the I see it coming. That must have been 10 grams. Yeah. This that. Walking on my own, standing on my toes. Look over the fence, what you see is a bunch of sandstorms. Right around the bend, bro selling the can. 50 cent a hand, is rolling down the road. Standing where I'm standing with my fingers, who I am, I'm thinking bigger, I'm bigger, figuring it out. I've been walking, oh boy. Hang on, what the heck is going on here? What you mean you're canceling the search? There's no canceling the search. Yo, bro, I'm off. Smack you, bro. I'ma smack you. Gonna try to smack you. Intergalactic sand, nomadic, intermonatic sand, vast intergalactic sand, intergalactic sand.
Jump off the Benz. Alright. Jump off the Benz with the chop, let it ghost ride. Y'all can't do that.
Jump on the man, let it roll with the soulfly. I've been thinking like a cat, but I got 9 lives. We might be cooked, Chuck. Who the f you think you is, boy? You all suck. I was just on the brink of suicide and that just made me go over. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate that information. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
He's running away. Why are you chasing him? Let him run away so we can get our bomb. What are you doing?
Golly, mate. What is that little fucker? You likey. Let's see, which one's good? This is actually pretty good. Perfect. There you go. I can take it forever to use their fucking beats. How much relax under my tower? Better get your ass out of there, boy. No, this is more like it actually. I do more damage in those couple seconds and yeah, this is a good actually setup. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Casino Simulator. Bro, I'm out here playing Casino Simulator and then on here. Bro, I use 1, 3, 2, 1. Me? Come on, hopefully fucking. Another perfect example, ladies and gentlemen. To fourth dimension that shit. You gotta fourth dimension that shit. He's like, oh, bro. Fucking season finals, last game of the fucking finals or whatever the fuck. Oh. It's too much RNG. You think that they rigged the RNG or is it just like specifics? I don't know. Is it per match? I don't know. God of Life. What does that mean, God of Life and Death? Stereo applied over max death. Watch your feet. If you're catching Swifty. Ooh, let's get Swifty. Okay, yeah, quick game, quick match, quick moves. Make sure you grab that brew, bro. What you mean, be sure? A mighty ruckus. Bro, I hit that. Oof. That's gotta hurt, buddy. Give me some of that, boy. Don't even trip, buddy. We'll get some of them out. We'll get them. Boom. There we go. Oh, I did not check that. See, ladies and gentlemen, so I gotta check the levels. Motherfucker's level 20 already. What is bro doing? I'm about to do some watch. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. Bam. Oh, because it turned 8. Ah, that's pretty cool. One for 400? What the fuck kind of shit is that? Hammer, fork, stick, club, and whatever the fuck he's gonna get. We got the speed. Yes, we got the speed cola. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. Let me see. Slight difference. I see this. I feel a slight difference. Just a quick little tip tapper sipper. Nothing crazy. Yeah, I feel like that'll. Chat, we're gonna react to some security videos, bro. That's my next thing. We're gonna do a little bit something like that. A little something like that. A little something like that. A little something like. Get us hyped up for tonight. See if we get some action going. See if we get some action tonight.
Free your souls to the other
Ultimate cool. Yes, sir. I like that. If we use this, I don't know why I wouldn't use World Stone on the other one. That gives me more faster cooldowns, bro. What the hell? It's kind of weird. Because it refreshes my cooldown. So if I lower that ultimate cooldown, that just lowers the cooldowns in general, I'm assuming. Alright. Oh, shoot. Hope you can hear me. Right? Yo, my shit's been quiet for the whole time. My bad. What the heck?
base has been destroyed. Your Titan's under attack. Your Titan's under attack.
Direct hit.
Oh, the party's this way.
You're like Your Titan's under attack.
Come now, child. Dance with me. Dance.
Defeat.